I don't want to be walking back there with you and they attack you like a pack of hyenas.
I do.
No.
I do.
No, you don't.
I'm gonna get. Do you know how? Do you know how much money I get out of this? If I listen,
no.
I know in my mind.
No.
If I get hit upside the head, knocked out, kicked in the ass, this is a $200 million tour. I'm willing to. I'm willing to die for $20 million, like George Floyd.
No, stop. No.
You can George Floyd me for $20 million.
No, stop.
You can George. Do you know if something would have happened to me, this $200 million tour, half of it's mine, guaranteed.
Charleston White just pulled one of the slickest, coldest moves hip-hop's ever seen. What looked like a wild beef between him and NBA Youngboy wasn't just drama. It was a setup straight out of a courtroom playbook. This man wasn't trying to squash anything in Houston. He was trying to get paid. Word is, Charleston showed up hoping to get attacked just so he could hit Youngboy with a $100 million lawsuit. Can you believe that? This whole scheme flips how we look at internet beefs, fake peace talks, and the dangerous hustle of turning chaos into cash. Charleston didn't pull up to that concert with love in his heart. He came ready to trap Youngboy in the mess he created himself. And honestly, he almost got exactly what he wanted. Before we talk about what went down in Houston, you gotta know their history. Charleston's made a full-time job out of trolling rappers, talking crazy about legends who've passed, stirring up street beefs, and running his mouth just to get clicks. And NBA Youngboy, he was one of Charleston's favorite targets. For months, Charleston's been all over podcasts and live streams clowning Youngboy, calling out his music, his lifestyle, even his legal issues. Straight disrespect. At first, Youngboy brushed it off, stayed silent, but Charleston kept poking the bear. He wanted a reaction, and eventually, he got it. Youngboy clapped back the rap away through his music. He dropped bars that made it very clear he wasn't with the games. And when one of the biggest artists in the world mentions your name, that's not a shout out, that's a warning. But instead of backing off, Charleston turned the heat up even more. And then, out of nowhere, Youngboy announced a big show in Houston. And guess who magically got an invite? Charleston White. Not from fans, not from randoms, a real invite. Something about that never added up. When Charleston White first claimed he got invited to NBA Youngboy's Houston show, everybody laughed it off. Like, why would Youngboy invite the same dude who'd been clowning him online for months? It made no sense from any street angle. But then Charleston pulled out receipts, screenshots, messages, everything, proving that the invite was real. That's when the internet went crazy. Fans were split. Some thought Youngboy was trying to be the bigger man. Others swore it had to be a trap. But Charleston's first reaction said a lot. He went live saying he wasn't going. He called it a setup, said he didn't trust it, and that showing up to a Youngboy concert in Texas after all that beef would be straight up dangerous. Sounded smart, right? But then he flipped the script. Suddenly, Charleston started sounding confident, even cocky. He began saying he might actually pull up, and the way he talked about it gave away the game. This wasn't about pride or peace. It was about paper. He started bringing up rights, public figures, and how if anything happened to him, there'd be serious legal smoke. He kept mentioning lawsuits, venue responsibility, and safety rules like he was reading from a lawyer's playbook. Here's the truth. Charleston White's been running this game for years. He sued folks, got people locked up, and turned trolling into a business model. He's a master at stirring chaos, recording every move, and then flipping it into a legal payday. This wasn't street beef. It was legal chess, and Charleston was already 3 moves ahead. His whole play was cold and simple. Talk reckless, bait a reaction, and record everything like a camera-ready trap. Say the nastiest stuff to rile people up, make sure receipts exist. Then when someone snaps, sue them for everything they got. It's straight-up legal extortion dressed up as free speech, a lawsuit hustle with a lawyer's grin behind it. There was real danger too. Youngboy's fans ride hard, and his crew comes from that street code, so showing up in enemy territory after months of trash talk could turn violent. But Charleston wasn't walking in blind. He weighed the risk against the payday. If anything went down at a ticketed show with venue security on the clock, he could point fingers at the artist, the venue, the promoters, anyone with deep pockets. Think about the math. Youngboy reportedly just locked a huge deal, tens of millions in the bag, and events carry insurance and big money to settle nasty claims. A smart civil case for assault or emotional distress could net serious cash, and promoters often cut checks to avoid messy courtroom drama. Charleston's not new to this game. He's sued and won before and knows civil law beats criminal proof when it comes to payouts. Rich defendants usually fold or settle to dodge public trials, and Charleston was basically setting the board to cash out the biggest score of his life. From the start, that invitation smelled off. People were whispering that Charleston's own crew might have pulled strings behind the scenes. Maybe faked it, maybe twisted things to make it look like Youngboy's team sent the invite. But no matter who started it, Charleston saw a golden opportunity and ran with it. Right before the show, he went all in online, posting screenshots, voicing safety concerns, saying he felt threatened, but was still going. Every clip, every caption, every word was part of a bigger setup. This wasn't social media clout chasing. This was a man laying the foundation for a legal case before anything even went down. He was creating what lawyers call foreseeable harm, meaning he was proving that if anything happened, it wouldn't be a surprise. By saying publicly that he felt unsafe, Charleston was building a paper trail that could make anyone involved look guilty before a single punch was thrown. Genius or grimy, that's next-level legal chess. Now here's the crazy part. Youngboy's team should have spotted that trap from a mile away. When a man who's been disrespecting you for months suddenly wants to show up talking about rights and lawsuits, that's not peace, that's paperwork coming your way. But somehow, Charleston still made it inside the venue. When show night hit, he pulled up deep. Cameras rolling, his team recording everything like a movie. Every second was evidence in the making. And based on multiple witnesses and clips that later surfaced online, what went down that night in Houston was straight out of a courtroom thriller. The moment Charleston stepped inside that venue, the whole vibe flipped instantly. People started whispering, "That's him." The same dude who'd been disrespecting NBA Youngboy for months just walked into his concert like he owned the place. Tension shot through the crowd, and it didn't take long before Youngboy's crew spotted him. Now let's be real, these weren't PR agents or label reps, these were real street guys, raised where disrespect gets handled face to face, not through lawyers. You can see it in the footage. The moment they recognized Charleston, the energy got heavy, their stance changed, eyes locked, aggression rising. And guess what? Charleston's cameras were rolling the whole time, catching every second. This was exactly what he'd been waiting for. The confrontation that could turn into a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. But right before things exploded, something major happened. Venue security jumped in fast. Guards stepped between Charleston and Youngboy's people before anyone could make a move. They defused the whole scene before it crossed the line into violence. Security ended up escorting Charleston out for his own safety. And just like that, the $100 million payday he was chasing slipped through his fingers. No punches thrown, no real contact, just a lot of shouting and tension. But even that was enough for Charleston to spin into content. Because the minute he left that venue, he ran straight to social media to start telling his version of the story. Right after leaving the venue, Charleston jumped online and dropped videos claiming he was attacked, saying security had to save him and that Youngboy's crew tried to hurt him. But listen close, his wording was sneaky. He never said they hit him, never said they touched him, just that he felt threatened and that security had to step in. That kind of talk might get clicks and sympathy online, but in court, it means nothing. See, the law don't care about feelings. It cares about proof, and aggressive posturing or verbal threats don't cut it when there's no physical contact. The second security stepped in, Charleston's whole lawsuit plan crumbled. No contact means no assault, no injury, no damages, just drama caught on camera. And here's the slick part. Youngboy was never even near the scene. He was backstage getting ready for his performance the whole time. That separation saved him big time. There's no footage, no witnesses, no paper trail linking him directly to what went down. If Youngboy had stepped in himself or told his people to act, that'd be game over. Open and shut liability. But since his crew acted on their own while he was elsewhere, the legal chain broke clean. Charleston tried to twist it, saying he was set up and invited there to get ambushed, but without proof of an actual attack or orders from Youngboy himself, there's nothing for a court to grab onto. All Charleston had was a story built on feelings, and feelings don't win lawsuits, no matter how loud you tell them online. After the Houston chaos, Charleston wasted no time jumping on a full-blown media tour. He hit every podcast, dropped videos nonstop, and told anyone who'd listen that he was set up and attacked at NBA Youngboy's concert. But here's what stood out. While he was running his mouth online, he wasn't doing a single real legal move. No police report, no lawyer filings, no court documents, nothing. Just content and clout. That silence in the courtroom said everything. If Charleston really believed he had a $100 million case, he'd be in front of a judge, not ranting on Instagram. What this revealed was simple. It was never about justice. It was about views. This whole thing was a publicity stunt, not a lawsuit setup gone wrong. And this shows a darker shift in hip-hop today, where drama, beef, and stage conflict have become the new hustle. Trolls and internet personalities like Charleston figured out how to turn hate into paychecks, He's not just talking. He's monetizing every reaction, every confrontation, every threat of a lawsuit. He basically built a formula. Disrespect rappers to bait attention, pull up to their events with cameras rolling, hope something pops off, then cash in off the content or the legal smoke. That's not beef. That's business disguised as chaos. Even crazier, Charleston's not alone in this. There's a whole ecosystem now. Podcasters, influencers, streamers, all thriving off rap drama and fake feuds. They've realized controversy equals clicks and clicks equal cash. But Charleston's twist was genius-level grimy. He added lawsuits into the mix, and the scariest part, he almost pulled it off. If Youngboy's security hadn't been sharp and professional that night, things could have gone left fast. If even one person had swung on Charleston, he'd be counting millions right now. But instead, Youngboy's team, without even realizing it, saved him from a massive legal disaster by keeping everything calm and under control. That quick thinking blocked what could have been the biggest lawsuit hip-hop had ever seen. Now here's the real message. Charleston basically exposed the blueprint for every future troll to follow. People saw the whole play unfold online like a tutorial on how to bait rappers into lawsuits. Disrespect them, get their attention, show up to their event, and if something happens, boom, instant payday. That's the new hustle for clout chasers. And for artists, this is a nightmare situation. If they react, they risk jail or a lawsuit. If they stay quiet, they look weak. And if they try to handle it face to face, that talk could really be a legal setup. No matter what move they make, the system's designed for them to lose. The only real win, don't play the game at all. Ignoring trolls takes major discipline, especially when someone's been disrespecting you publicly for months, but it's the only safe path left because one wrong move, one heated moment can cost millions. At the end of the day, Charleston White's plan to trap NBA Youngboy fell flat. Security did their job perfectly, Youngboy's team stayed smart, and there was no case to file. But the fact that this even came close proves how dangerous and calculated the fame game has become for today's rappers. This ain't just about street beef anymore. It's legal warfare dressed up as confrontation. One punch, one shove, 1 second of losing your temper could cost a rapper millions in court. Charleston White basically published the blueprint. He proved you control rappers for fame, bait them into reacting, and then use the legal system to turn that chaos into cash. Wild, right? And you better believe others are watching and taking notes. For NBA Youngboy, this was a very close call. One that should serve as a warning to every artist in the game. Because not everyone asking to talk it out really wants peace. Some just want a payout. Some confrontations ain't personal. They're setups, crafted to trigger a response that ends with a lawsuit instead of a fight. The reality is, hip-hop beef ain't just about respect or street rep anymore. It's about legal liability. It's about who's got the better lawyers, who's smart enough to stay calm, and who knows how to flip situations before they get flipped on them. The game has changed, and artists who don't understand these legal traps are walking targets for people like Charleston White. Real talk, this type of legal hustling is tearing hip-hop apart. It's making artists afraid to speak, scared to even meet up face to face. Every argument feels like a setup now. Every troll is a ticking lawsuit waiting to happen. So what do you think? Was that invite from Youngboy's team real, or did Charleston mastermind the whole thing himself? And how can rappers protect themselves from these legal traps that could ruin everything? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild deep dives into hip-hop's most calculated moves. See you on the next one.